Hi, David O'Reilly, Director of Tax here at Fenero. Today was budget day and it's like Christmas for us accountants and tax nerds. But it must have felt like Christmas for you too because everybody in the country got something from today's budget. Minister Jack Chambers, he went all out. He had a biggie of a budget which was bumper full of corporation tax receipts to play with, and play with he did. I'm going to go through a summary of the income tax changes that were announced in today's budget, which amounted to 1.6 billion. So leading the charge was an increase in the standard rate band of 42,000 to 44,000. This will result in a potential tax saving for you of €400 next year. Tax credits were also increased, so they increased by €250, and there was a reduction in the USC rate of 4% to 3%. So they didn't touch the higher rates of USC of 8% and 11%. For me, kind of was a missed opportunity, because it means that our marginal tax rate is 52%, and that's just quite high. It's really high. So I think they missed an opportunity to decrease the higher rates of USC. PRSI, there was no PRSI changes announced today, but we are seeing some of the changes that were announced last year being rolled out October this year, and they'll also be rolled out October next year. So in summary, the tax changes announced today could mean that you will save tax of 1,109 next year, and you will start to see those changes in your January payslip. So some other changes: if you're a renter, you got an extra €250 of a rent tax credit, and that means that next year you can claim €1,000 of a tax credit, and that's the same kind of if you're married or in a civil partnership, that person can also claim that. What we see is kind of not a lot of people, or some people don't claim their rent tax credits, so make sure that you do, because it is a significant amount. There were some other tax credit increases, so the home care tax credit, the single parent tax credit, the incapacitated child tax credit, and there was quite a few increases in tax credits across the board. Electric vehicles was also mentioned, so the government continued to push electric vehicles as the vehicle of choice for company owners. So if I was a company owner and I was upgrading my car and I like electric, I would definitely purchase an electric car because it's much more tax efficient. I'm not going to comment on the infrastructure in Ireland for electric vehicles, but from a tax perspective, electric vehicles wins hands down all day, every day. There was a nod to business startups, startup relief, which was good. A little bit nod. Anything that can help our homegrown businesses flourish is very much welcomed. Capital acquisitions tax, so inheritance tax and gift tax, those thresholds increased. So you'll see that from a parent to child, the threshold increased from 335,000 to 400,000. So all of the bands increased for gift and inheritance tax, which was very much welcomed. So in summary, everybody got something from today's budget, and I don't have an issue with that. 2 years that I would have liked to see a little bit more done with is like we have a golden goose with multinationals and the amount of tax they pay. I would like to see more done to make Ireland more attractive to these multinationals and more attractive to the talent that they need to flourish. So the 52% rate of income tax is kind of something that it's a little bit of an outlier for me that I would like to see addressed in this. I would also like to see more done to really to grow our homegrown businesses and make us less reliant on these multinationals. There's still time, like we still have the Apple tax, which is 14 billion. I'm hoping all of that gets put into housing and infrastructure to help us kind of really become attractive in the future. Guys, that's my 2 cents on budget 2025. If you are a Fenero contractor or client and you'd like more information on how budget 2025 impacted you, touch base with your dedicated account manager. If you are not a Fenero client, we will be sending additional information out through social media and our website. So listen, thank you very much for listening. Have a great day, and hope you enjoyed budget 2025.